Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the new Marvel Legends MAESTRO Hulk, which is basically another Hulk with the same parts with a few new parts. Which is okay, you know, it's a pretty good Hulk body. We kind of figured they were going to be reusing it a bunch, since Hulk is basically a choose your color type of thing at this point, and that's alright. Most of the new stuff is pretty darn good here, and most of the rest of it is too, so let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 8.5 inches, which makes him pretty close to, let's just say 21.5 centimeters, right around there. And before we get into the rest of the review, let's go ahead and do a question of the day. Super simple question. Which version of Hulk is your favorite? I'm kind of partial to Gray Hulk with blue pants. That's my take, that's my liking, but hey, you can let me know what you like in the comment section below. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about the aesthetics on this guy. Obviously, we have a few new parts. Hulk doesn't typically have a beard and long bald hair, and a necklace and jewelry. This guy does, and it's fine. The gold parts are like a dull gold. I guess that's alright, they're molded in that color. This and this, the same thing. The hair looks really nice, it's a good sculpt. It's got a little bit of paint in there, so that's pretty nice. I like that. I will say I'm not a huge fan of the windswept look. I get it, but that is going to limit a lot of people in what kind of posing they can do. So, I don't know. I'd take it or leave it. I think if they're going to do that, they have to err on the side of neutral rather than windswept, or include two. One neutral, one windswept. That would be really nice. Like, it could be the exact same head, just with separate hair glued on, you know? It wouldn't cost them that much, and I think they could do it. I think they could probably make that work, but I'm sure the people pushing the pencils are not into that sort of thing, so I get it. Alright, as far as the rest of it goes, I love the fact that his skin is mostly matte finish. Satin in the hands, which is just probably as a result of molding, but the rest of him is matte. The pants are matte and glossy, which looks bad. His crotch is fairly glossy. These are like satin here, so that really sucks. But the skin being matte is nice, and there is shading throughout. It's really kind of splotchy. I don't mind it in some places, like on the torso. It's pretty well placed. It's very faint and just where it needs to be to give it a little bit of look. The arms just have a spot on the sides. Not great. The shoulders don't have any. Most of the parts don't have any. The back is a good example of like, is it good to do that? I don't know. They did the back muscles here, but not the back muscles on the butterfly joint. And this is like very heavy shading in the back here, and none on the back of the arms. So as far as I'm concerned, you need to either be way more sparse with it, just hit a few spots. Like on the torso, it's so much more subtle. Down the middle, down the abs, up here. That's it. You don't have to hit every muscle group, just a couple of the big ones. Fine. Back here, they hit every group, but only in the middle and hard. So to me, that looks weird. Just don't do it. Save the money or put it somewhere else. I don't like that. That's up to you guys if you guys like it or not, though. I do like the way they painted the face. The eyes look really nice. The mouth looks nice. Very pleased with that. Yeah, it's definitely an appealing figure. I don't really have any other gripes other than the shading placement or severity. So I'll give it a 9 out of 10 for the aesthetic. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, and the glossy crotch. 8 out of 10. I don't like the glossy crotch. Can't go there. Okay, as far as accessories go, we do get the two hands that come out in the package, the open hands, and we get the two fist hands, and that's it. No more accessories for us. I guess that's okay, other than the fact that I would have liked to have a non-windswept head. 5 out of 10. That's all. Alright, on to the articulation. Nothing new here because we've seen this all before for the most part. The head is on a double ball peg, but it's very far recessed in there, and it doesn't have a great range, especially with all the hair and beard and everything. So this guy's going to be the most limited out of the bunch. It'll work well enough, and you can finagle the necklace around as you need to. You'll be okay, but he's definitely going to be more limited, that's all. Shoulders have that kind of range because they're bean-shaped. They look really good when they're down, but when they're up, they're shaped funny, and they don't work. So that sucks. Don't like that at all. Butterfly joint only goes backwards, which does serve some purpose, but I definitely would have preferred a butterfly joint that can go backwards and forwards. We know it can be done. That would have been really cool. Still the same case as before. You do get your full rotation, of course, nothing special there. Bicep swivel is fine. Single jointed elbow, not quite 90 degrees. You get your swivel out of that as well. This is actually a floating bicep, so that's why that's there. Wrists have a swivel and a hinge. Torso joint leans back pretty far. I like that. Leans forward pretty far. I like that. Side to side, not as far, but far enough. just a little bit of wiggle up there, and I actually mean wiggle because it doesn't hold a pose as far as rotating on the diaphragm. It just doesn't work. But you do get the waist twist, which is ugly, but it's there. I don't know why they did that. They could have just made this work better and left this alone, or made this a ball peg. Like bring the torso down a little bit and make it a ball peg. That would have been nice. At least that would have given a little bit more of adjustment. Anyway, it's not there. Hips don't go forward for crap. Yeah, I'm remembering now how much less good this figure is than I keep thinking it is. The hips don't go forward for crap. Like really, they kick out to the side. It's a bad angle. They go back just a little bit. Out to the side is fine. That's pretty good. He can do the splits better than Spider-Man. Thigh swivel is okay. Double jointed knee works really well. Ankles go all the way back and pretty far forward, and you get a good ankle rocker. So the hips are limiting for sure, which does limit what you can do with the rest of the leg, so that kind of sucks. The rest of him is pretty much what you would expect for a big bulky guy. So I'll go 7. It's fine. There's nothing incredibly good here, unless you really want to bring the shoulders back like that, in which case you're going to love these Hulk figures. Otherwise, it's fairly average for an average Marvel Legends type of articulation. All right, final verdict on this guy. Is it one of the better Hulk releases on this body? Probably. The shading helps, even though it's not great. The matte finish helps. The head sculpt's really nice. The extra parts, like just compositionally speaking, it makes the figure look good. I'm gonna lean toward the Red Hulk being the best yet, but this one is a strong release, and obviously it's not the same, so it doesn't really matter. You don't have to compare them. It's Maestro Hulk, so if you want that, you have to get it. But I do think it's worth getting if you're in that boat. So I'm gonna give it an overall rating of 8 out of 10. For a Marvel Legends figure, this is a pretty good go at it. I think that this is what you could expect, or should expect, and be happy enough with. I will say his knees are a little gummier than I'd like, but it's a little warm in my room. Not that warm. I keep it a little warm in the review room because the lights get so hot anyway. But it's a little more gummy than I would like for a big figure. I didn't mention that. Yeah, anyway, it's a strong enough release. If you're in the market, go ahead and grab it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. There it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you might want to. I have new videos almost every single day, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.